back to another video with Subscirbe Actual. Today we're doing part 2 of our NGX trip from Sydney to Melbourne. We've since the last time we were talking, I've started starting both engines, and I've also looked at our taxi out route. So what we're going to do is we're currently on the domestic apron at Sydney, on domestic 3. So we're going to taxi out to Golf, then take a left onto Charlie and right down to the end of Charlie. And yeah, Charlie, then Bravo 10, then across, then down all the way to Alpha 6. The runway is 13,000 feet long, that's why our V speeds are so low. Fuel is on. As you can see, it's the Rockstar Vault. Sorry, not Rockstar. Wrong game. Gold Star has also changed the checklist on this aircraft to look more realistic. Sorry to say. Right there, folks. A little bit of disruption from the system. So yeah, what we're doing is we're just starting up and going for a rather long taxi out. So now that both engines have started, we'll do this. Actually, I'll take both ignitions out of continuous because we're not going to use that yet. There's a couple of reasons which why we don't use it constantly later on. He's now off. That's an interesting light glitch. But anyway, we'll just taxi forward now and get going. He's got his trailer's black. Okay, so this is Golf we're coming up to, as I mentioned. And then domestic 3. Okay, domestic 4 apparently. Oops. Yeah, we need to just set our QNH. It's quite high pressure in Sydney today. I'm using active Skynex for the weather, so this is a true likeness of what the weather's like in Sydney right now. I am filming this at what equates to being in the middle of the night in Sydney, so that's why I'm not using any ATC, and we're flying again offline as we have been for the last couple of videos, because not much ATC has been in the way of ATC has been available. So we'll do a fast taxi, checking clear on the approach for this runway, as I know we are, because we're the only people in the world right now. It's very, very fast taxi. But there's no point us going much slower than this, because obviously there's no aircraft going to pull out in front. Nowhere for a vehicle to pull out in front without us seeing it with plentiful distance. I'm just going to tap the brake to slow us to 25 knots for this turn. This turn will still be excessively fast, but well, actually not anymore. It won't. But it's this is now Bravo 10, as I mentioned to you before. We're going over a bridge, aeroplane bridge. I want to go to the external view as I do this. I went over this bridge with the 777 as well. Look at that! It's a bridge. It's a bridge, everybody. I'm going over a bridge. I just find things like that really cool. Yeah, I don't get out much, but going over a bridge in the flight sim was just quite something for me. There's the tower. That's pretty synonymous with Sydney. I'm actually going to just take a screenshot. Alright, maybe not. But yeah. I would have used the screenshot for the background for this. So we're going to cross the active, checking that we're clear on the approach. Anyway, the reason I decided to disable the continuous ignition for the taxi out anyway was because it means what it does is it just causes the ignition to keep firing in the engine, so that the engine, if it cuts out, it's got quite a high chance of coming back online. So in the real world, that would cause quite a bit of excessive wear on the igniter. Now, if we're taxiing for 5 minutes, the wear is just going to get to a point where there's no point, because it's just causing that much of an issue. That's the active, as you can see by all the flashy lights, which we're clear to go through, because we're clear on the approach. got a little on the auto throttle. You know, there's one thing I love about the scenery, is that puddle of water there. That's reflecting the clouds. It's not just somebody's made it look shiny. Yeah, that's where standing water would be, because if it was raining, but previously. And I just find things like little touches like that absolutely amazing. I mean, all the spotting photos I've ever seen of Sydney are taken from that beach behind us. It's a very, very nice piece of scenery. And it's what flaps take off. It's one of the pieces of scenery which I think has been very much neglected by developers until now. Because I know Orbex attempted it, but then I think it was too big for them, which I can kind of see why. We're just going to get 5.5 degrees of trim. What was it that we needed that? 5.3. That's a little bit too much, but that's about right. Okay. So, cabin crew, please take your seats. Those can come on, those can come off, that's off. Ignition's to continuous on, strobe lights are on now. And fuel's on, flaps 5, that's off. Transponder, that can come on now. We're not using HGS because I'm not even sure it's actually fitted to the real aircraft. I will check that though when we're in the cruise. We might use it for the landing. Okay, so I'll also LNAV and VNAV after departure. For after the departure anyway. Okay, clear on the approach. Yep. We did verify when we were taxiing down the taxiway that there was nobody coming. Okay, power coming on. Takeoff power set. Go around. Toga. LNAV. Right, it's not going to let me arm that up yet. $80 knots. We're only using half the runway. V1, rotate. V2, positive rate. Tapping the toe brakes, landing gear up. Level change. No, it's not kicking in. There will be a reason I can't get directional guidance, but I just don't know it yet. Pitching to hold V2 plus 15. Okay. VNAV, VNAV, LNAV. And Command A. Commandation actually work. Oh, right, it's working. So we'll just flick ourselves to the external view now. Yeah, we used a lot less than half of the runway. And we're doing our turn on course before we as we overfly the city. So trying to minimise the amount of the city we overfly, hopefully. Yeah, we're using Orbex Orbex Australia Blue. I think it is. Or was it green? I'm not even sure. I don't even know anymore. That's the city centre of Sydney. Okay, we've got in the flight deck now. Flat plus, we can go flat plus and Command A. Okay folks, once we get to 10,000 feet I'll be cutting the video there and we'll be catching you about half an hour later. Well, what's our estimated time there? Yeah, in about 45 minutes later at top of drop for Sydney, sorry, for Melbourne. Yeah, we should be going flat plus by now. Flaps up. And the autopilot's disconnected again. I think the mappings have changed themselves since I've last checked and I've just pushed the disconnect button about 3 times. But yeah. So yeah, that's flight Tampa Sydney for you folks. Got to say, 110%. Pretty amazing scenery. And accompanied with a very nice aircraft such as the PMDG 737. With an even nicer repaint by Mr. Goldstar. heck of an aircraft to fly. Okay, folks. So what I'll probably do is, since there's nothing actually going on now, because we've not got any ATC. Actually, we do have to take off checks. That's up. That's off. That's off. That's off. That's off. We can. But so what I'll do is I'll actually end up cutting the video here, which I'm sorry it's a little bit shorter than the last one. It's a 10-minute clip. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow for part 3 of Melbourne to Sydney. Bye bye.